Alright, so this is a video that I'm kind of like a 50-50 with. I ain't gonna lie about it. I'm gonna try not to say any spoilers throughout this here as well. But if you guys of course read the title like going into this video, Season 2 of Black Clover is happening, or Season 1 continuing. So we got news last week. I know I'm a little bit late on this, but we got news last week that Black Clover is going to continue all 51 episodes. So when Black Clover first started, I'm pretty sure everyone was surprised that, you know, it got 51 episodes. Usually always the anime trend is 13 or 24 episodes, but since the manga is so far away from the actual anime, it makes sense for them to actually catch up just a little bit, let manga do its thing, and then of course do the animation. All that again, kind of, you know, a continuous cycle. But yeah, so Black Clover now is expanding over 51 episodes. Of course, we got the image of Demon Asta. This is what his form is going to look like. You know, I'm a little bit iffy about it. It looks a lot more darker, a lot more shadier in the manga compared to this, but we haven't actually seen that form in animation yet. So it's confirmed for 2 arcs what we're going to have for Black Clover after the Underwater Temple arc. Of course, we're going to have that for 51 episodes, and then starting in October, we're going to be getting the 2 other arcs that's officially confirmed. I don't know if they're going to go beyond that point or not. We haven't got news or anything like that. But with 51 episodes continuing, I'm a little bit kind of scared about it, just because the Black Clover trending, what it is we're going through the story. There hasn't been really a lot of fillers in this whatsoever. I think the bad part that people give a crap about is Asta's voice, which they kind of calmed it down a little bit. Thank God for that. When it first started, I really hated Asta's voice as well. And 2, the animation. And this is a video I was going to actually do separately, but I guess I could just talk about it in this video, that Studio Patriot of course makes Black Clover and Boruto, but you know, they can't do them by themselves because Black Clover is a weekly show that they got to continue every single Tuesday to put out to the world. So they hire another company to do the animation for Black Clover, and since, you know, it was so bad for them, that kind of company was actually going to bankrupt, Studio Patriot. So that was a big thing going into Black Clover. As a fan, I was pretty scared about it, just because, you know, we have such good arcs in Black Clover. We have the war arc going on right now, the tournament arc. I cannot wait for that moment. And of course we have the witch arc that is officially confirmed. I'll talk about that in a little bit. So it was a little bit worrisome, but of course we have the news and everything like that, that Black Clover is still going to continue, or I guess go on to Season 2, whatever you want to call it. But let's talk about the arcs that are officially confirmed and what we're going to go through with it. So we're going to get the Kite and War arc, and we're going to get the witch arc. The witch arc specifically is going to connect to Vanessa, which we saw in episode 48, I do believe, for her background. That's going to be her character development and Asta. That's Asta's image. We're going to be seeing that later on. First, we're going to be getting the Kite and War arc, which is going to be specifically focused on a lot of character developments. It's going to be focusing on Finn, it's going to be focusing on his brother, it's going to be focusing on Yami, and it's going to be focusing on William Vengeance. So that's that arc right there. I don't know how many episodes it is. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe like, I don't see it as 12 because it's not that long of an arc. So I wonder what they're going to do right there, and especially episode wise. And of course we'll begin the witch arc. Of course we're just going to be focusing on Vanessa and Asta's character development. Really big. That's something that I cannot wait for. Like the animation, bro, like they gotta do it right at this point, because like right now as Black Clover, I want it to get better. That's why I'm doing reviews on this channel every single, you know, week, trying to put out reviews for this series. So the iffy part I'm about it is that if it continues off that bad animation trend, I'm not really too sure of what they're going to do, because like I'm an impatient guy, and I feel like that's what the world is right now, that a lot of people are impatient. You know, they hate waiting just a week for a new episode to come out. If you like Black Clover, if it's Hero Academia, or if it's Boruto, or for whatever series, we always want episodes continuing on. So that's a good part about it, that after 51 we will be getting more episodes, and it's like, yay, finally more episodes of Black Clover, let's go. But at the exact same time, if it goes through that trend, that's probably a really bad sign about it. Like for me specifically, like I would hate it, but maybe just even wait half a year for Season 2 to come out, even though that this part is going to happen in Black Clover and I have been waiting for it, and so is manga readers. I feel like they should just take that time to really look over it and make sure they really have clean animation. Just kind of like what they're doing with One Punch Man Season 2 right now, that we thought that it was going to come out this year, but they're waiting until spring 2019 just because they want to get the animation crisp, get ready for, you know, the second season because Season 1 was such a hit. So I kind of wanted them to do that method, but maybe they will do that for Season 2 or Season 3, whatever you want to call it, for maybe next year or the year after or whatever that they're doing. But also we're going to be getting upgrades to Yuno and Asta in these arcs right here. I won't really put too much, but throughout the series it's always been Asta and Yuno's character. That's always kind of been their thing. So with the current war arc, we're going to be getting a lot of Yuno development. You know, throughout his development right now, we know that in the dungeon arc he's got Sylph. We even see him try to control her power during the Clover Destruction arc, but he can't really do that because it really drains out his magic. So we're going to be seeing a lot of him in the Kite War arc, and then when we go into the Witch arc, that's going to be more for Asta's characters. So that's kind of what I want to talk about for Season 2. You know, I'm kind of glad that they are continuing over for Black Clover, but I'm kind of, you know, I'm worried at the exact same time that if they continue off this bad animation, that it might just go down more and more and more, because Black Clover at this point, it's getting important. This is where stuff is going to go down. This is where the shit hits the floor at this point, that every single arc is going to be so important for the future of Black Clover. So I don't know. It's still iffy to me. When we get into the Kite War arc, that's when I guess I'm hoping that the animation does great, because I just watched episode 49 of Black Clover and they did that so clean. Even though it's like the last, you know, action-packed episode that we got from the Underwater Temple arc, still though, I feel like they gotta continue off that trend. But I can't really say anything as well. Just like as I said with the other, you know, company trying to bankrupt, you know, Studio Patreon, it's because, you know, they're spending hours and hours and hours trying to create this animation, but they don't really get paid a lot well. So I'm hoping that, you know, everything's good in Japan. Hopefully they could do such great animation going for this show, because I think Black Clover right now, if they have that, you know, the arcs are great. The arcs are fantastic. If they just make it clean, I think Black Clover is going to jump off the roof 100%, because I cannot wait for more arcs to be animated with the show. I love this show. I know that it's going to do great. I know that it has that potential, and I want to know your guys' thoughts about it. But thank you guys so much for watching this Season 2, you know, kind of video of Black Clover. Let me know down in the comments below, guys, what you think of Season 2. Are you hyped for it? Are you kind of worried like me a little bit that maybe this should take some time off and fix about it? Or are you just glad that you're just getting more of the show and you don't really care about it or whatever? But make sure you guys leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys, of course, next week for Black Clover 50 review. But have a good one, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.